Hi, so welcome to Axel Stenross Museum here in Port Lincoln, and I'm Chris. I'm the secretary here, and I'm also a volunteer on the front counter, so that gets me involved pretty well. Axel Stenross and Frank Laxo, two young Finnish sailors sailing on the Olive Bank, which was one of the windjammers of those times. They had been on it for quite a long time, sailed into Port Lincoln, decided they liked Port Lincoln, and they stayed. Eventually they took up boat building, and they came to this spot here in 1940, having bought the building and the slipway, and they continued to live here and work here for the rest of their lives. So it houses a vast collection of wooden boats, wooden boat models, documents, films, books, artefacts, relics, everything pertaining to the rich and diverse history of Port Lincoln's maritime history. So as I mentioned before, we have a large collection of restored wooden boats, and that's why it's perhaps a little unique to any other maritime museums around. Not all have that greater collection of wooden boats. So that's a bygone era, but it's just been wonderful to see something come nearly trashed, but then be restored back to just what they were, a thing of beauty. So I guess in more recent times I've inherited this factor that we need to continue with digitisation. So we've kept up with mosaic. Anything that's donated to us, given to us in whatever form and is kept at the museum then is all databased and recorded there on mosaic with a photograph attached to it. In the meantime, we've had another very IT savvy volunteer, and he's done wonderful things with digitising things for touch screens, and so that's information and photo based. We have a lot of visitors then saying, do you have information on such and such? We can direct them sometimes to a touch screen, and we're finding that more and more these queries are being able to be answered internally, or it's often prompted by them touching on a touch screen and seeing information and saying, oh, there we are, right, thank you very much, I now know a bit about that. It's just incredible how the museum has grown and continues to grow. It really is like a jewel in the crown that's Port Lincoln. That's not just my words, this is from visitors that come through the door who just don't believe that the tin shed could hold so much. So I think that the fact that these treasures have been preserved in such a way, it's pretty fantastic for Port Lincoln.